Beautiful friends and family, welcome, shalom. I hope your week is going absolutely well. I hope that you guys are studying and learning and have written the laws of our Creator on your heart, mind, and soul. Because when you do that, the true blessings begin and the true walk begins, and the walk with our Creator is an exciting one. It is one that brings me to this table with you, with my dogs, every single day. My apologies for my dogs. 1 second. My apologies. But it is with this excitement that I bring to you every single day these very amazing words and these things that have blessed my life. They have changed the direction that I have lived my life, the direction I was living my life, and every single day I strive to do a bit better than the day before. And I will tell you, and I've told people for years and years and years, that if you're looking at me as some example of holiness or Kodesha, or that I've somehow figured this out and that I don't struggle as a human, that's not the case. I've talked about things that in my own personal being, things like patience. I am, I'm almost speechless when it comes to what is wrong with me when it comes to popping off. It doesn't take a lot to get me a little fired up. And I've seen it throughout my raising of my kids. I've seen it especially during the teenage years. And the thing about the Torah is we know how we should live, how we should operate, and how we should work as a basis. And one of the things that I've been getting from the book of the Nazarene, the book of Khalidi, is a deeper understanding of what this all looks like and what the people of the kingdom look like and what the kingdom is going to look like. And from what I can understand, it is a place that everybody who is a citizen of the kingdom to come all have one thing in common. They are Torah keepers. And by being a Torah keeper, that is showing that you truly love our Creator with all of your heart, with all of your mind, with all of your soul, and with all of your being. It's not that you just know the laws, statutes, and commandments that are found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. It's that you have applied them to your life, and that not only when you apply them to your life, what most people don't understand is once you start the Torah walk, there is a process and there is an infusion into your life that is way different than anything we've ever known before. When we learn the ways of the Torah and the beautiful words that come with the Torah, we learn how our Creator operates, how He wants us to operate, and what the kingdom will be like. So first of all the people of the kingdom are going to be law keepers. We're going to love our Creator with all our heart, mind, and soul. We're going to love our neighbors as ourselves. We're going to be ruled by the greatest, most qualified ruler of all times, Messiah Yahushua, Jesus the Christ. I cannot wait until we have an opportunity to bow, to completely face plant, put my face to the ground, and worship the Word made flesh, the representative of the kingdom, the literal Son of the Most High. That is who is coming to bail us out of this madhouse world that we are in right now. And this madhouse world that we are into is going more satanic day after day, moment after moment, Super Bowl after Super Bowl, Easter after Easter, pride after pride. It just is getting exponentially more evil, to the point that those of us who are in Torah understand that it is going to the literal dark side. And we don't want to be that. We have something that brings forth light. We have something that brings forth a greater light than all of this darkness put forth, and is what is going to be the ruleship, the rules, the laws of a kingdom that is going to be on its way very soon. Now, it doesn't matter if it's in our lifetime or not, but what matters is in our lifetime if we are being obedient to our Creator. Revelation 14:12 very clearly says the qualifications of those who are saved keep the commandments, and they have the faith of our Messiah. It's a two-way street. You can't have a leader of the kingdom to come if you don't believe in him. And you're not going to be invited into the kingdom to come if you don't follow the set of rules. You'll be booted out. Our Messiah very clearly in Matthew 7 says, "Depart from me, go to hell, you who are lawless, you who work iniquity, you who do not do the will of my Father." It's always about the will of the Father. Now, if you ask anyone in religion, and this is kind of funny because I have a new brother come that his name is Ruben. He's an ex-gangster, and I've been writing him out of prison. And he just barely woke up. All of a sudden, he realizes that these laws, statutes, and commandments are good. He started writing me because somehow we had sent him a Yah Scriptures. And he was asking somebody to write me so I could write him. And he wrote me, and he is just fallen in love with the Torah. He just cannot believe this. And he's like, wow, I'm finally seeing it for the very, very first time. And he's like, your words scare me, Jason. And I'm like, man, these aren't my words. I'm just a messenger. I'm just telling you the words that I have seen, that I believe in with all my heart, that if it is true, and I have to believe that it's all true. I don't need faith to even understand that there's a creator. When you look around nature and something created it, right? It didn't just create itself. And every single thing that you look around in these jungles that I'm in Central America, I live in a tropical rainforest. There's hundreds of different kinds of flowers and thousands of trees. It's endless. You can walk from one place to another and find new trees, new foliage, and new kind of stuff. It just never ends. And every one of them are alive. There's little plants out here that if you blow on them, the leaves will close up. They're called shame trees. And you can just kind of blow on them and everything's alive. How did it become alive? How is it possible that I can breathe out carbon dioxide and plants breathe that in? And all of a sudden we have a perfect system of the things that we need and the things that the plants need. We dwell together because the Creator created it all. And according to Scriptures, according to the book of Enoch, we've been lied to. The NASA doesn't hold up when it comes to Scriptures. You will never find anything in Scriptures about wobbling or bobbing or that we're spinning monkeys on a water ball hurling through space and time, right? These are the deceptions that we've inherited because we have things like television programming. One of the greatest deceptions of all time was the ability to beam things through the all-seeing eye, right? The sleep snatcher. It's one of these things. The television has it. If it's on TV, we believe it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just that we believe it, and it's called programming for a reason, and it is an atrocity. Guys, let's get into this. This is Yah Scriptures. It is a limited edition print. If you guys want one of these, it's 3,153 pages. The font is absolutely huge. It is the best study resource you will ever find anywhere. It is a unique Scriptures that is not available anywhere else except for here. You can go to yahscriptures.com. You can put it in there, and you don't have to buy anything because all the free versions, there's a free version for every platform that is out there. You can email it. You can download it to your Google Apps. You can put it on your iPhones. There's eSword modules. It's all free because we have been given the greatest thing ever. And there's no reason to hoard it. There's no reason to hold people back from it. We must celebrate the word of our Creator. We can't hide it like the Hallelujah Scriptures did for years and years and years as a criminal enterprise that they are. Stay away from them, everybody. This is the name of our Creator. It is Yahuwah, Yad-He-Wah-He, Yad-He-Vav-He, Yahuwah, Yahuwah. There's a lot of ways that people say it. I don't think anyone should be throwing axes when it comes down to it, but it is a restored name into the scriptures. What we're doing is we are busting into the Yah Scriptures right here. And this is the Google app that you're seeing. And it is one of the coolest things about this entire thing right here is the Torah commands. This is listed out to as good as we could find them after years of studying and researching and putting them together and putting it out there. If anyone can find any more, let us know. But this is the Kodesh words. This is the heart and desire and the mindset of our Creator as He has built us, as He built all the world around us. He says, my people, if you want to be my people, and that's the amazing thing about free will, right? Is we can choose light or we can choose darkness. And by default, if we do not choose light, then we are in the dark. Okay, so let us make it into this. This is our Messiah's words. This is a book that came, I don't exactly know where it came from. It came from a group of people that I know that were working on it, that was able to get it. And there's always people are like, well, is this legit? Is this, where did it come from? How do we have proof? And the legitimacy that is in this book is in the words of themselves. First and foremost, a lot of what you get in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is the exact same wording. This is absolutely the same man that was talking in those books that were being recorded by different people. Back at the time, this was being recorded by a guy named Khalidi. Somebody that was hanging out with our Messiah, somebody that put it up. But when we hear it, it's the same message that you get from page 1 of Scriptures all the way to the very end of the Scriptures. It's our Creator is looking for a force of people that are Torah keepers, that are loyal to Him, that are soldiers for the kingdom to come, that want righteousness, that want holiness, that want a different way than this darkness that we're seeing all around us. And we're going to get it. We're going to get our own little dwelling. We're going to get our little place to chill. We're going to all high-five each other and go, hey, wow, we made it. I hope I make it, right? It's going to be by fear and trembling. It's not going to be given to us. It's not the religious rhetoric. So chapter 11, verse 15. Big hugs to all of you out there. Thanks again to everybody who hangs and listens to the rambles of an old bearded man. Here we go. I say to you, Messiah, this is the words of Messiah. Come, take up my stake and bear it manfully, and I will not leave you unsupported. Okay, huge stuff, right? Lots of stuff. We don't hear this in this world much, manfully. We've fallen away from the strengths of men, and now we have transformed into weird things where, it's the people are always like, oh man, that guy has too much testosterone. We're lacking a world of testosterone. We've been tricked by a tremendous amount of things. There's things in our food that have caused massive damage throughout the years, and think guys like Monsanto and there's a lot of food colorings in the U.S. food system that is not allowed anywhere else. There's things like red 4, red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6. Those things literally scientifically make you dumber with every bite that you have. And they're in like every bag of M&Ms, every bag of Skittles, all of the foods, all the candy companies put these toxic dyes that bring testosterone completely down. They destroy estrogen in women. Men have more estrogen now than men, and women have more testosterone. And it's how it was designed. It's how these guys have wanted this world to look. Which is why us yearning for the kingdom to come and yearning for our Messiah and yearning for a better way. And I want to live under the Torah. I want to live under the rules and regulations of the Torah. I want to be judged by the Torah. I believe it is a fantastic way. There's nothing funky. There's no weirdo stuff to it. It is just really straightforward. Continuing on, Messiah says this, I teach the strengthening of the Ruach in men through purification, repentance, and good deeds. Okay, These are the words of our Messiah. First of all, he says, I want you to manfully take up my stake. What does this mean? It means that Messiah walked the Torah life. You sometimes get afflicted for the Torah life. You get laughed at, you get judged, and you feel uncomfortable. But I will tell you this, I used to feel uncomfortable. I used to have, it was weird, but anymore, it doesn't matter, right? When people are laughing or people are scoffing, they are scoffing at the expense of their own souls. And that is actually really, really sad. So instead of feeling embarrassed, you should really feel sorry for them and give them every possible avenue of seed planting that you can do, because it's just one more soul that Hasatan that he has in his control. Now, the Messiah says he teaches the strengthening of the spirit in men through purification, repentance, and good deeds. Okay, that does not sound like the Christian way, right? Because Christians say you're not saved by works. Messiah says he's strengthening your spirit through things such as good deeds, repentance, and purification. Lots of things. How do we purify? Well, you can purify a lot through, number one is learn the Torah, understand the Torah, and when you are not walking the Torah, stop whatever it is right out of the gate. Start walking the Torah, right? Purify your life. Walk in purification. If you want to get more scriptural, more spiritual, start fasting, right? We can begin fasting a couple times a week. Fasting is absolutely a way to get things heard and to walk closer to our Creator. And it's things that we need as a human system. Fasting is actually really, really good for us. It doesn't make us feel good, but it does. So these are the things that make us better men according to our Creator. He goes on. He goes, the trials of life are many and take numerous forms, some being easily understood for what they are, but others coming in the guise of gifts and are not so readily detected. Okay, so we're talking about the trials of life. And Messiah, what he's very clearly doing in these books is he's equipping us as people to have more defense, to not get taken, to understand things, not to jump in them, right? And as a person of no patience in me, that is one of the effects of always having no patience, is I will absolutely jump into things without sitting down and thinking things through. Call it what it is. It has taken me this far. We are where we are. You guys have the Yah Scriptures. But we have to understand that things are not going to be readily detected, and to be aware. And Messiah has said before, right? We need to be as wise as serpents, but innocent as doves. Continuing on, Messiah says this. This is what the prophets, the Nabi, said about those who fail to rise above the test of life. Their cuttings will not take root. The winds of Yahuwah will blow upon them, and they will wither, to be borne away by the whirlwind. So this is important that Messiah is talking about the rising above the tests of life. And we are here to be tested. A lot of people don't think that they have, that the creator of the universe isn't going to let this happen to me, or this happen to me, or this happen to me. Guys, the creator of the universe has a testing system for all of us. The entry to the kingdom is not just for everybody. It's for people that are very much different than the rest of the world, that smell different, taste different, look different, feel different. We worship different. We have different days that we worship. We don't worship on the same days the rest of the world worships on. There's a lot of things. And sometimes people, they will come into Torah, but something happens, and all of a sudden, I knew this family that they came into Torah and they decided that, they were playing soccer games and things on Shabbat. And it was having to take a direction of either taking the kids out of that and the kids weeping and crying and all this family trial, or trying to keep the commandments of our Creator. And I believe at one point they stopped, but then the trials of life get there, right? It's easy babysitting. They like to do this stuff. The kids do it. They're not going to switch the days of soccer to a Sunday, which is the day that all the pagans will worship. So the winds come, right? And then their roots go, and then all of a sudden they decide not to do it. So I've seen a lot of people come into Torah. I've seen a lot of people fall out of Torah. And that's why I'm always harping on those Torah channels. And that's why you never hear me being invited to any of these outside Torah channels. They're all a little clique in of themselves, and they all hang out and they all do their stuff. But I'm always against those who are in the Torah community or anybody that has anything to do with the word of our Creator serving ads to the people of our Creator. It seems to me that you're infusing ideas and ideologies and whatever it is that comes across the ad into the people of our Creator. Now, we're supposed to be taking care of our neighbors, and there's a commandment that we can't actually hurt our neighbors. Like we shouldn't endanger our neighbor. Now, there's many ways to endanger our neighbor. One, you could chop a tree down and they just stand outside. You didn't warn them. It falls down. It falls in their house. It crushes them, kills them. Those are commandments that you would be breaking. Now, another one of them is when you are serving the people of our Creator an ad that is, if you haven't noticed YouTube, it's never stops. It's ads, 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 ads. But if we're making money off this, and what ends up in the eyes and the hearts and the minds and souls of the people of Yah are something that is evil that takes root, this is going to be on them. This is not the place to be selling wares in the temple. If you are representing the kingdom, why are they fleecing the people of our Creator? And a lot of people don't like that message. A lot of people don't. They're like, oh, well, the servants need to keep their wage. There's a lot of different ways to take in cash if that's so what you want to do. But you don't have to serve people ads and corrupt their souls at the expense of their souls and your checkbook. I'm just putting the warning out, and I know the big channels, they're all making money. Nobody's gonna stop making money. So this is words in the wind. Okay, continuing on. How's the rambling going? Wow, it's already been this. I am so sorry, guys. Let's roll this next verse. A coward lies to those who trust him, for he fears the anger of others. A liar is also a coward, for he follows a path better men would scorn. I have come to winnow the grain from the chaff, and those who follow me bearing the burden of my stake must not be half-hearted in the cause. I separate the sheep from the goats, accepting one and rejecting the other. And a sheep does not mate with a goat. I accept the truthful man. He is peaceful within himself, for whatever is sown in truthfulness will be reaped in content. A lot of stuff to hear, right? A lot of stuff to discuss, to pull apart in this. So where it starts off about being a coward, and a coward lies to those who trust him, and that's probably true because people will lie instead of saying things that upset people. It's just easier just to say a lie, and that damages everybody. It damages all sorts of things. But then he goes into, and he says also a liar is a coward, and he follows a path better men would scorn. Very much so, right? Because you don't get one without the other, right? It's a two-way street. If you're a liar, you're a coward. If you're a coward, you're probably a liar because you don't want to face whatever's happening. But Messiah says he's coming to winnow the grain from the chaff. That is in farming terms. You could take wheat and you can take the head of the wheat and you can crush it around your hand. And when you crush around the head, there's these little beard things that are the long pieces of the wheat or barley or whatever it is. That stuff blows away. If you could take an entire plant of the top pieces, crush them around your hand, hold your hand up in the air, and you can blow out lightly, and everything but the seeds will disappear. You can pull the sticks, you can pull the things out of it. But Messiah is always talking about this, separating those. And he also goes in to say that we can't do this half-hearted. Now, what would half-hearted be? Well, half-hearted is going to be all these people that are Torahless. You're eating your beans and pig. You're eating you're not keeping dietary laws. You don't keep the commandments. You don't care about the heart, mind, and soul. But if you ask any single Christian at all, they will tell you they love God with all their heart, mind, and soul, and they love their neighbor as themselves. And they will say that fulfills the Torah. And if you've ever heard that before, it is because that is from a cult of brainwashing. That is when you say something over and over and over, even though it has no truth, pretty soon it becomes a truth to those who are just repeating it blindly. And as a Christian, that's what I did for 30 plus years. I didn't know any better. My mom took me to church. Oh, I was the greatest Christian there could be. Church camps, vacation Bible schools, and hanging here with the church, doing this with the church camps. It was just full on Christianity, and we were all saved, and we were saving everybody. We had the answer to all of this. But when you start reading what the scriptures say, it's not what we've learned in Christianity. There's no such once saved, always saved. There's no such you raise your hand, this rapture that's going to come and save everybody. All of these things were invented by man. They were invented as the easy way to heaven, where I've never read in scriptures where anybody's going to heaven. I have no idea where anybody even gets that concept. I realize there's different layers of the heavens. I read it all. I see it. But as far as people just going to heaven and hanging out on the clouds and playing harps and things, it's not in scriptures. So what we have to do is we have to endure to the end. We have to fight with our hands up, our chin down, stiff upper lip, and we have to look at life through the eyes of the Torah. When we are looking at our life through the eyes of the Torah, then the fruitions, the fullness of the Torah will always come. The fruition of the Torah is the kingdom to come. It's a set of people that love the laws, statutes, and commandments. And look at these, guys. Who wants this? Do not be a prostitute. Do you want that on the cross? Do we want to get rid of these? Which of these do we want to get rid of? A woman should not wear what pertains to a man, nor a man what pertains to a woman. Have we gotten rid of this? It seems that we have across the world, but not in the kingdom to come. These are the rules of the kingdom to come, right? These are if you want a speeding ticket in the kingdom to come, then violate something like this. If you don't get an invite to the kingdom to come, then it's because you have not been keeping these, right? This is what they are, and it's not hard. These aren't bad. These are very easy. You've been lied to. We've all been lied to. They're like, if you've ever heard that the laws of our Creator are bondage, that's that cult. I'm telling you, it is a absolute cult that I don't know who came up with all of this madness, this mumbo jumbo. We know it came from the Catholics. We know it. Everybody's splitting off here and there. But you have 40,000 different denominations of Christianity alone that can't figure out what to do and how to run it, when all these things right before us are the Torah. The Torah is what we will be judged by. It is what eternity will be looking like, and this is the only way that we will get there. So this is why we should write these commandments on our heart, mind, and soul. This is why we should understand we shouldn't cut ourselves for the dead. We shouldn't round our beard to the corners of our head. We definitely shouldn't practice sorcery. Oh, that's bondage. Hold on. Cult calling, that's bondage. Yeah, that's slavery. We want to practice the sorcery. That's cool. All right. Oh, do not lie with a taken woman. Oh, that's bondage. Who wants to be faithful to your wife? Hey, that's crazy, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. Well, that's one. We know Messiah said that. That's the one we do, and all the Torah's in that. What about do not hate your brother? Is all the Torah in that too? Is where's that at? Right? None of this makes sense. What I'm trying to point out right here is that the laws, statutes, and commandments are good for all times, and there is a small little gate that all of us can pass through. But if we are not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, then we will fall off to the other side. We will go away. We will go to where Messiah says in Matthew, and we will not be happy campers. Because I have not found places anywhere that says there is an expiration date for this particular event when you go to the end. And so if we want to be a good tree, we need to yield fruit, because good trees produce good fruit. And we've all seen what happens to rotten trees. They get owned, right? But don't be this person right here in 23. Don't be this one that's sitting here looking dumbfounded and wonder and just go, after you just sit there and declare your greatness to the creator of the universe and his son and to the people of the council, they'll look at you and you're gonna shiver. You're gonna literally shiver and die inside when Messiah says, "I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work lawlessness, you who work iniquity, you who do not do the will of my Father who created you and gave you this blessing of life, and you have violated it and you have not walked according to what he wants to do. You can have eternity with the rest of the people that think the exact same way, and it's going to suck. The place is not going to be good." Guys, I hope you have a good day. Much love. I'm out.